I put too much food down the disposal at a time, or I did it too fast, so it's clogged. I'm going to show you how I learned how to unclog it myself. Because I've done this so many times, I bought these bins that go under the sink. And I haven't attached them or anything else, but it just makes it easier to take everything out, okay, below the sink. So I would suggest that you do something like that too. And then I'm going to show you what other tools I use. I put 2 raggedy towels at the bottom, just in case there's water that escapes. And then I have 2 buckets. I only have a square bucket and I have a rectangular bucket. That's what I got. So then the tools I need to use are first this big pliers. And then the other tool I use, I set it somewhere. And then, yep, here it is. Is a screwdriver, and now I realize I put the wrong, I put a Phillips head in here. Hang on. What I really wanted was a flathead screwdriver, because that is a kind of screw that I'm going to have inside. So let me show you, and hopefully I have to get around this center piece, which my next kitchen is not going to have this kind of cabinetry, or if I ever redo this one, I don't like these center things. It makes it so much harder. The other thing is I want the people who design these incinerators to change where they put the screws instead of left and right, up and down. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So the trick every time is to use the big pliers to unscrew this. And because a lot of time goes by between when I mess this up, I don't remember which way is loosening and which way is tightening. It depends on which direction you're looking at, because usually it's left to loosen and right to tighten. But if I put this on here and tighten it with my hand, remember, I'm not the tool person. So this is why a lot of women watch my videos. Okay, so that's the first thing. So after you unscrew it, it'll slide this way, okay, and it'll start dripping. And now we have to do these screws. So here's where it's, see, I'd rather that the screws be top and bottom. They'd be easier to get to, but there's one on the left over here and one on the right. The one on the right is easy to get, so... And I don't know if I can, well, I can't really show the one on the left because the camera's in the way. So I'm going to put it right here. And hopefully I'm going to loosen the one on the left first. And the other fun thing is that I have a pinched nerve in my back right now. But I need my sink. So there's a lot of water in here, unfortunately. And I'm going to have a gushing thing going on pretty soon. And you do want to take these screws all the way out. And then you also want to put them in a safe place. So if you have kids or dogs around, or if you're a person who tends to misplace things a lot, then have a little baggie or a little dish to put these in so that they don't get away from you. Okay, we're going to start getting the gush of water. Now, you don't want, whoa! See what I mean? That's why I have the towels. Okay, this is really bad. Oh, that was fun. Not. Okay, thus the crummy towels. Oh, that was fun. Okay, now let me see if I can show you where everything got stuck. See, it's not, the problem is not with the disposal. In fact, this tube is completely clear. The problem is right here, because there's just this little part that it's very small, and that's why you only want to put a few things down at once. so that after it's ground up in the disposal, it can come through the tube and get down the drain. Of course, with the water running. But this in here, let me move the camera so you can see. Oh, it's kind of dark. But this in here is really small. I wish they'd make that bigger, but they don't. So that's why all this happens. So now all of that water's come out and we're good. And I'm ready to put it back. But it's not easy to put back. Now, if you do have stuff stuck inside here, you'll want to take that to a different sink in the house and clean that out. But I don't. So now we're ready. So here's the screwy part, and I do mean that pretty literally. We have to line up. Oh, I've got I've got water on the floor. Surprise! So let me show you over here. I'm going to put this in here first, and there's a gasket on here, and you need to get that wedged in, okay, but we're going to put this on last. So what I'm going to do is line up the right side first to the incinerator, and actually I need to wipe up the floor before I slide around. Funny. Well, I'm glad I was able to capture on video the screaming. All right. So this is where it gets tricky. And no, I don't have a light down here. And any of you who are really handy with tools, you're watching this now, and I know you're really frustrated, but this is just how it is. And I know I'm going to drop that screw into this water, and it's going to really tick me off. So I can move the bucket. That would be icky. Okay, and of course, I do this faster when I'm not videotaping. But it happened today, so I thought I'll just videotape this. Alright, it is not going in. But years ago, after paying somebody like 3 times to come over and do this for me, I watched him and I just bought that large tool so I could do it myself. And part of this is because my back is a problem right now. Okay. No, I don't have a spotlight. That would be good. Or do I? Let me go get one. I think I do. Okay, spotlight. It's still an awkward position. And I think the engineers should change how they do this. My goal is always to put the one in on the side facing me first. And there, now I got it started. Okay, so the light helped. And then wedge my little head in here around the other side. Gosh. Oh, see what I mean? Top and bottom, guys. Oh. I'm going to send this video to Incinerator to show their engineers what I want. Okay. So, I got that on a little better now to find the screwdriver. And we're going to this thing as tight as possible. And I know I should be using 2 hands, but like I said, I have a pinched nerve in my back, so this is fun. And then on this side, everything's in the way. Again, top and bottom. And then I'll wipe down this gross looking, oops, see, sorry, I'm trying to stabilize my back with my left hand. All right. Ow, ow, ow. Some of you are thinking I'm just going to call somebody to do this. Well, maybe yours is a little better or easier to put back together. Not all brands and models are the same, I don't think. Ow, 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 ow. Sorry, the back is not cooperating. And the light is hot. Okay, let me turn. You want to get this really tight. Okay, and I want to make sure the other side is really tight now. One more time. I can't get my second hand up there though. Okay. All right, now I will tighten this part over here. It's not too shadowy. That would be better, wouldn't it? Okay, so this we're going to tighten so that this gasket is in here. First, I'm going to use my hand. Okay. And then I'm going to use the big, let me pull this back a little, the big pliers. Oh, going to be, let's see, bit by bit. Before I decide this is done, I'm going to turn on the water and make sure I don't have any leaks. I know some of you are so frustrated watching this, but hey, you do what you gotta do. Okay, that's pretty darn tight. Okay, so now I'm going to turn on the water and make sure I don't have any leaks. And I'm looking for leaks here. And I'm looking for leaks over here. Alright, let's see. And I don't see any. I'm going to wipe this down, clean it off. Alright. And I don't see leaks. The water's going. Turn it off. We're good. So that's how you fix it yourself, ladies. And here.